Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Sensational revelations, or is it something more of a publicity-seeking move? Vibhor Anand, a lawyer, has written a petition. He has written to the Election Commission as well as to the President of India, seeking the dismissal of the 99 elected Congress MPs, saying that there has been a violation of Section 123(1) of the Representative of People's Act. So I'm going to first show you what the Representation of People Act 123(1) says. Here we go. Elections in India are governed under the Representation of People Act 1951. According to Section 123 of the RP Act, which deals with corrupt practices during elections, bribery is any gift, offer, or promise by a candidate or his agent or by any other person with the consent of a candidate or his election agent of any gratification to any person whomsoever, with the object, directly or indirectly, of inducing a person to stand or not to stand as, or to withdraw or not to withdraw from being a candidate at an election, or an elector to vote or refrain from voting at an election, or as a reward to a person for having so stood or not stood for, or for an elector for having voted or refrain from voting. See, what here I understand, and I'm not a lawyer, what I understand here is this RP Act Section 123(1) or Section 123(1) is pretty comprehensive. If there is any way a voter is being bribed to cast his or her vote in a certain direction, and then that is violation of Section 123. However, I want all of us to watch this one video that was aired most likely before even the first round, that is April 19. From what I can gather, this was somewhere in 𝗤𝗂𝘁𝘀𝘁 constituency or 𝗤𝗂𝘁𝘁 district. Here we go. Just watch this one.
வெற்றி பெற்றால் 1 லட்சம் ஊதியத்தோட இளைஞர்களுக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பு பயிற்சி. அதுக்கப்புறம் இப்ப நம்ம 1 லட்சம் ஆண்டுக்கு மகளிருக்கு 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் வந்து உதவி தொகையா கொடுப்போம். அதுக்கப்புறம் இப்ப இருக்கிற கடன்கள் எல்லாம், விவசாய கடன்கள் எல்லாம் தள்ளுபடி பண்ணுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு தினக்கூலி இருக்குல்ல, அதை வந்து ஒரு 400 ரூபாயா உயர்த்துவோம் அப்படிங்கக்கூடிய சில கோரிக்கைகள் எல்லாம் நிறைவேற்றி தருவோம்னு சொல்லி உத்தரவாத பத்திரம் எழுதி எங்க தலைவர் ராகுல் காந்தியும் மல்லிகார்ஜுனையும் சேர்ந்து கையெழுத்து போட்ட ஒரு பத்திரத்தை அவங்க சார்பா நாங்க இளைஞர் காங்கிரஸ்ல இருந்து உங்களுக்கு தர்றோம். சரியா? அம்மா பேர் சொல்லுங்க. அருள்.
Okay, what it says is, this man says, if we are elected to power, that is Congress, then we guarantee you 1 lakh a year or 8,500 rupees a month. Then he goes on. Essentially what he's saying is the exact same thing as explained here. 1 lakh वेतन, 1 लाख हर साल, हर गरीब परिवार का महिला को, and so on and so forth, and even the 400 rupees. See here, this particular form has the signature of Rahul Gandhi as well as Mallikarjun Kharge. These are promises. Money was not given. So Mr. Vibhor Anand, who has got an interesting record in the past, he was in fact jailed, and basically he had created some sensation in the SSR case also. So I would not go much by his words or his actions, as much as I would say that if there is proof that can be established of money being given by a candidate's representative to a voter, and if that proof exists, and it has to be date and timestamp, and if this can be done over many constituencies, because that is when the 99 Congress MPs, means 99 constituencies where they got elected. If proof can be shown that in every one of those things a bribe was given, not this thing, this is just a promise. This can be equated to, I'm sorry to say this thing, this can be equated to what Narendra Modi's alleged to have promised, that 15 lakhs. So this, while it is egregious, while it is very bad, this one, the money hasn't been transferred yet. Of course, now Now, if somebody makes so much noise that somebody in a certain Congress party office does give the money just to get rid of the nuisance, then it becomes a violation. So this is nuanced. This is not a straight open and shut case. A copious amount of proof is needed, where you have to establish that these people actually did bribe. Most of the time, what used to happen is when the party candidate, representative comes to your home to give the voters slip, inside the slip there will be some money, or sometimes even a small gold ornament like a ring or something like that. ADMK is believed to have done that also. If something like that happened, again, you have to catch them in the act. You have to catch them in the act. If you don't catch them in the act, then it is not possible. So I just want to make sure people understand that, yes, there is a rush of adrenaline, feeling that, yeah, great, this now the Congress is going to be caught. Unfortunately, the proof, coming up with the proof for this, that is going to be not so easy, because it's already in the past. It has already happened. But what is important is, since the video I showed you took place before the first round, because all of Tamil Nadu went to elections on April 19th. The NDA was aware of this. Why did they not try to, poo-poo it or take it, challenge it? Why did they not react accordingly to make sure that this doesn't cause any sensation? So this story, I have a lot of links in the reference section of, in the reference part of the description. You can go and read the story. It's my friend Palaksha who has written it. So that Vibhor Anand has done something about it, yes, but what does that lead to is questionable. Something of the equivalent of a class action lawsuit can be filed, but for that you need to gather a lot of evidence, a lot of credible evidence, where the voter who has received the bribe will have to go under the oath and say, yes, this particular politician's representative gave me this money. In fact, they can even say that this particular person said to not vote for a particular party, that is anything but this party. Even if they said something like that, that can also be considered an offense. So I am very curious whether the BJP, which is very meticulous in some of these things, will actually gather this, especially the candidates that have lost. They can actually start mobilizing their people to find out if there's any way there is proof. Some of them may have already got the proof. You have to carefully get it. You have to timestamp it. You have to make sure that it is authenticated, so that people don't say that you did this thing after the fact. It's not easy. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, there is a way to unseat. That's exactly how Indira Gandhi was unseated, because they proved, Rajnarayan proved that she used official machinery for election campaigning. As simple as that. Even if an elected official uses an official jeep to go from place A to place B, these two could be 40 meters apart. I'm just giving you a number. Even that is a violation. Then that person's seat can be unseated. This has been done in the past. In fact, DMK has talked about giving money. I mean, this would be sweet revenge for Annamalai if some of the good citizens of Coimbatore step up and say, this is what we got. So this is interesting, and this is pan-India, but realize these people applied the 80-20 principle called Pareto principle. Why do I say that? Because they concentrated on those states that had the biggest votes in terms of seats. Uttar Pradesh, number 1. Number 2, Maharashtra. Number 3, West Bengal. Number 4, Tamil Nadu. Because so far, I can only gather this thing. Of course, Karnataka also has shown up, where women are queuing up in the line. Now, if the women start giving, they have to give it under sworn oath, saying that the way it was explained to us was that we would get this money if we signed this form and submitted it. There is a case there also. I'm not a lawyer, okay? So please don't quote this video and say that this person said that this is applicable. What I'm trying to say again and again is there is a case here. There is also precedence. You can show that Indira Gandhi did it in the past, right? but make sure that you've got your ducks lined up. Make sure that all the data is completely waterproof. But if you ask me, the time to hit it is today, or like in the next few days, when everybody is still kind of, the emotions are raw, people's emotions are running high, there is a feeling of being cheated. That's why, especially the youth of the country, those people, those who have been told that they are going to be given 1 lakh for just posting something on Facebook, right? Those things, if they can, prove some, again, in every one of these things, money has to transfer. Saying something is not doing it. I just want to make sure that you understand the nuances of this thing. I don't know if there are any questions. Let me quickly see if there's any questions. I put this thing very quickly, so I don't have anybody helping me here. 1 second. I have a lot of comments here. Here's the good one. Bhavani Sridhar says, is there a possibility? Like I said, it is possible. But like I also said, I want to qualify this, saying that you need to have full proof. Just like the way Rajnarayan provided the proof to unseat Indira Gandhi. That is what I'm trying to say. Law is already clear on this. There have been people disqualified for bribing. In fact, even abuse of official machinery. Revanth Reddy, for example, if you can prove that he used somehow some official machinery, like it could even be a desktop computer from where that fake video was tweeted out, right? You understand what I'm talking about? Proof has to be there. Forensic, focused digging. I can also tell you, not every politician is tech savvy. They could have done this thing and there may be proof lying there. Find the right proof and you have a case on your hands. This is an interesting comment. Anirudh Patwardhan says, Supreme Court shall quash this application for banning or disqualification of 99 Congress MPs. SC shall never entertain these types of application. Even this has got merit. Anirudh, I told you how this has to be done, right? It has to be one Congress MP at a time. Class action can be done, but everywhere you have to have similar things happening across the country. Then maybe 10 litigants from 10 different areas come together and move the court. You have to do this thing deliberately, methodically, systematically. There may be some low-hanging fruit. That's why I'm saying all these things. It is possible. Vani Prasad says, sir, your monologues have become like Suprabhadam for me. As soon as I get up, I see what special topic today. Thank you, Vani Prasad. And we have 2 more programs today. During the day, I have 9 o'clock, Sumit Peer. We'll be talking in a little bit more detail on this particular topic, but that's going to be in Hindi. And at 10:30, we are going to be having 𝗤𝙑𝙬 Sriram in English, talking to us about what has been Modi's experience in working in coalitions, with coalitions. So we'll be listening to him say that also. I agree, it should be done immediately so that this is done. Our Supreme Court will never do this because these judges are famous here for decision, because they have taken decision to release Kejriwal. Look, don't lose hope. You have to understand the 122 licenses, telecom licenses, were cancelled when it was UPA in power. How do you do that? You have to present the case, watertight case. Unless you do that, you are not going to win. I mean, you have to. It's like playing a game of chess. Some expert players will tell you that in 4 moves I'm going to checkmate you. You can move any piece on the chessboard. I'm going to checkmate you in 4 moves. Right? Something like that. When you prepare for a lawsuit, especially of magnitude of this one, you have to really, really prepare. Election Commission too must act besides the Supreme Court, which is for the corrupts, by the corrupts, and of the corrupts. Expect nothing but injustice only. Living example. Ganesh Subramanian, like I said, don't lose hope. It's how you present the case. It has to be factual. It has to be data, incontrovertible data. And that these people will do this thing was evident from the way Congress won the elections in Karnataka, the zero balance debit card. And Mr. Kumaraswamy used to go around with a pen drive and a debit card saying that I have all the information here on my pen drive. What happened to that? You can start there. You can disqualify the Karnataka government. See, somewhere, if there is a mass disqualification, right, that will put the fear of God in all these schemes. Then they won't make these promises. Okay, Election Commission should act. Chandran wants to know. Look, like I said, before even the first phase, these forms were out, official looking forms. You mean to say that Election Commission was not aware of it? What did they do? Annamalai gave a representation saying that 1 lakh voters' names are missing. What did the Election Commission do? So they have some explaining to do. They didn't explain anything. All I'm saying is that this, while it's an effective thing, make absolutely sure you have a watertight case. It is Vibhor Anand or anybody else. Make sure you have a watertight case. And that requires tons of preparation. That's all I'm saying. Sandeep Bihani says, but will BJP have the guts to take this? Why should BJP have the guts to take it, my friend? It should be the voter. All those people who are standing for hours in a queue, it is they who need to do this thing. BJP is an opponent. If BJP itself gets involved in this, then Congress might point to something else that BJP did and say, oh, you guys did this too, right? I think we have to understand the scope of this. You have to go read section 123, bracket open, 1 bracket close, completely understand the import of that act, and identify areas where it can be proven that this happened, and I have the proof for all this. Okay, then you start going about collecting signatures, because video proof, let's say, with the signature of the person who received the bribe. Will that person still want to step up and say that, yeah, I got the bribe? He's not going to go to jail for that. It is just a matter of promising that, yes, I will not change my statement once the thing comes up in front of a judge. So there's all these possibilities. It's called as hostile witness. So we have to be sure of that. Peregrine Hiker, clearly this is cheating and all the Congress MPs should be disqualified. Like I said, right, Indira Gandhi was disqualified, right? So you have to prove it. You have to prove it. I can only say again and again, you need to prove it. Otherwise, somebody saying you are too late to deliver this. But I beg to differ, Abhishek, because 3 days ago I had put a video about 1 lakh guarantee card 3 days ago. In fact, I am suspecting that that's what triggered all this thought. I had said that it is possible, but you have to have proof. Always I say the same thing. If there is evidence of cheating, you have to have solid proof. Promise undelivered, because none of the 99 people, Congress did not come to power. See the video I showed you where the guy says that if we are elected to power, that's what he starts out with. Now, there are thousands of Congress workers who are distributing these forms. Did every one of them say it that way? Or did they say it in a way that, come collect your money from Congress party office? Again, you have to have video proof. And that proof has to stand up in court. The other side should not say you did video morphing or you did something. They themselves did it in the case of Amit Shah, right? That fake video. So it's nuanced, but it is doable. It's doable with someone with a very, very sharply focused mind, saying, I am making sure, I know in my blood that this has happened, and I'm going to make sure that they never do this thing. No party should be able to do this. See here, he is not a serious lawyer. He somewhat looks unstable mind sometimes. Venkat, I've already told you, he has also gone to jail look, it's okay. If he's still practicing law, he can do it. All I'm trying to say is place facts before you. Sriram Krishna, TDP used to offer a box of liquor, snacks, money to woo voters. Yes, again, I have seen this thing. There was, I think, BRS, if I remember, for a by-election, they'll have people standing in a line. There was a cock or a hen in the hand, and there was also a liquor bottle. I've seen these videos. Don't go so far deep. Before the nomination filing of Rahul Gandhi, way back in 2019, I said that this guy has omitted to mention that he is a citizen of United Kingdom. And proof exists by way of company law declaration where he has said that he is a citizen of UK. Why didn't the other candidates submit that as proof and let the returning officer reject the nomination papers of Rahul Gandhi, whether it was Wayanad or in Raebareli? I mean, that's an easier place to catch it, because he has to prove that he is not a citizen of United Kingdom. There are lots of loopholes. Okay, there are lots of loopholes. There are lots of ways in which these people can be caught and put away, but we don't do that. It's a sloppiness overall in the system. Yeah, how did NDA miss it, making it a big issue right when it happened in the first round? That's what I would like to know also. I think in the heat of the moment, a lot of things are happening. You have your target. You have to reach all these voters. I want to make sure that all these people come vote for me. And sometimes you miss the big picture. That's what is called as missing the forest. You see the trees, but you are not looking at the big picture. Now I've told you 4 big states, they concentrated on that. That explains also why Madhya Pradesh there was no damage. Why Bihar there was no damage. Yeah, the operative word is allegedly. And again, you can convince people saying that yes, you received the money, nobody is going to take the money away from you. We just need you to give an affidavit in front of a judge, and when required to cross-examine, then show up. See, if it is 1 person or 2 person, it becomes a difficult proposition. But if there are thousands, if thousands have these affidavits, then it is impossible for anyone to come and threaten each one of them. That is what is crowd power. I'm trying to give hints here that if 1,000 people can say that yes, I have proof, this is what happened, right? These days everybody takes out his video and then starts shooting, right? Somebody may have done it. The actual act of transferring the vote, transferring the cash for the vote. Here, Sanjeev Kasliwal says, nothing is going to happen, just a warning shall be given to the Congress party by Election Commission. Well, many of you have given a lot of comments, guys, and I don't see anything that says ask or something like that. So I'm sorry, I'm going through a lot of comments here. I don't see PGurus. Pandits are still in shock. Keep bullshit going. You look like a fool. Radhe Radhe in the name of Bhagwan Sree Iyer. Come on, Prem. Be a little classy, okay? I'm trying to tell you the reality here. Don't get your hopes up. Show some class. The Desi stand says a voting app will solve all this nonsense. Well, I think about 2 years ago, I mentioned this, that blockchain can be used and have the app on your smartphone and you can do it. Well, many of you are opining in. I don't really see any. Here is a question. Mangai Bhashyam wants to know, Sree karma is Rahul Soros. They were thinking to go and do all this for BJP. But then, why is the population so gullible, Mangai ji? I mean, we come across many of the lower strata of the society across. Why don't we try and educate them that if they are giving you the money, they are going to make 10 times that money? And you explain to them how this happens. Bad roads, bad delivery. It is believed that some funds were given for smart cities, for many of the smart cities, and everything was gobbled up. So these things happen. What to do? At least the least we can do is to try and educate people. 𝙒𝙗𝙘, why does BJP not release the MOU Congress signed with CCP? I don't know. You'll have to ask them that. Do you think Pinki, Pappu, Mama trio will ever learn anything? Poonam Abbey. Well, they are winning elections, right? They are not winning. They are winning seats right now. But if they make this thing pan-India, who knows what will happen? So this has to be stopped. I am completely in agreement. But how do you stop it with the current set of laws? You need to make sure that this is set as an example so nobody will try this thing ever again. I mean, you have to bring a law also saying that, if found, then you'll immediately be disqualified. The most amount of power exists before the elections are held. And disqualification at that point is a lot easier than to taking it all the way after the fact and then going to the courts and fighting it out in courts. I mean, it becomes mired. Ankurama wants to know, I think it is Ankurama, why not revamp the whole education system? Why not make Bhagavad Gita mandatory? BJP has seriously dropped the ball. Sir ji, aapko topic pe rehna hai. We need to educate discriminating intellect. Mangai Bhashyam, yes. All right, guys, that's all I have for now. And we'll be back again very shortly at 9 a.m. Hindi program with Sumit Peer, where we are going to be talking about this as well as some other issues. We are looking forward to the swearing-in ceremony, who's probably going to be in the cabinet. There may be some cabinet ministers also asked to take the oath of office today. So we'll be discussing all that and more. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.